Hello everybody and welcome back to Boiler 1! It's time, good to be back here. Sorry I went on a little hiatus, had to deal with school, had to deal with lots of things. I did get No Limits too, so I'm still learning how that works. But eventually I'd like to also make coasters here, but I decided to still stay on Planet Coaster too, because each platform has its advantages and disadvantages, and one thing that Planet Coaster has that um, doesn't really work with No Limits is you can kind of build coasters as you go along, like progressively. Whereas No Limits, you have to kind of complete a circuit first before you can do much with it. So anyway, this is the coaster I have for you planned for this video. This is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter model. Well, the game's equivalent. And we're going to make this into a very special launched Eurofighter coaster. I'll explain the theme probably in the next video, but I'm just gonna keep you on the edge of your seat for a moment. But yeah, we're back to the test facility. I cleared out a lot of it because of the change, but now that we're back here, I got a couple new things, so that's another new thing, another new coaster that I'm gonna get at later, and I have some more planned too. And I do have a couple ideas floating around No Limits too. I think I'm gonna do my when I do my big American Eagle rebuild, that's gonna be on No Limits too. That's going to be an entire research project because I want to try to get it as accurate as possible. So look up as many dimensions and things as I can on American Eagle, so I have somewhere to start. So I already built this first section of this Eurofighter. So let's start with that. Also, if you look at the title, you might already be the name of this coaster. You might already be able to tell where this coaster theme is headed. Alright, how are you guys doing today? I know it's been a while, and I know it's been tough with all the things that have been going on lately, but we're still here to have fun, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make more videos during this long break that I've had. But yeah. So you see the coaster, and this is kind of a bad seat perspective actually. So here, let me give you a better view. There we go. So you see, it starts with a little hill, and I might just make that into a dip. Then it has this turn that goes into this lagoon roll, which is two back-to-back rolls in opposite directions. And then it goes around this other slow bank turn before it gets to the launch, which will send it into the rest of the ride. And starting off with its big signature element that I'm going to make, which is a sort of square, flat top hat. Or inverted top hat. So we have this launch section to start, and I'm not sure if I want to keep it like that or maybe make it longer, so... what's the speed looking like on it right now? $55 miles per hour at there. We can get faster than that. So let's add a bit more length to the launch. Alright, it's already on full speed settings, so yeah. I do want it to be a forceful launch, so I put the acceleration rate at the max. I don't yet know what the target speed will need to be, but we can work that out as we go. One thing that I think what I'll do is just before the main element, I'm gonna give it a very slight jump up. That kind of leads it out of the launch a little bit, kind of like what Max Force at Six Flags Great America does. Also, it also has that jump to make more room for the track below, but it still adds a little like kind of end to the launch. It provides a little bit of airtime, and it this kind of part of the track still sort of feels like it's in the launch, so yeah. I miss Max Force. That was such a good time. As we just watch the coaster crash over and over in the distance. Now it's time for its signature element. Now I don't want this coaster to be too tall, but it has to be tall enough to be special. Like 63 feet, that's not, well, that's not too bad, but that's obviously not the top. Maybe if it starts to turn a bit right there, and then like, so the idea is kind of like have an inverting top hat here, but that has a little sort of straight section of inverted track. I don't know if that's the proper height, but I mean, just something like that. And that actually looks like it's coming in a bit too fast. I don't actually want it to be this short, or be that long. That's good. I think I'd like to keep, this is only a Eurofighter, so I'd kind of like it to stay under 100 feet. Or not, at least not that much higher than 100 feet. So we're actually gonna slow it down just a bit to 79. Let's see how that goes. Also, this coaster I actually want to be synced up to a song, which I'm not really sure how to do, especially since it is kind of a, well, I don't know if I'd have permission to use the song, but I'm at least in my head, like, thinking about how the song is going to be. But we'll just have to see on that. Okay, maybe before the curve here. I think we might actually add just a vertical twist. Okay, so how's that gonna run? We can smooth this a little bit too. It's almost perfect. I might actually, let's shorten that just one step and then turn that. There we go. And 123 feet. Yeah, that's good enough. I definitely wouldn't want to make it much taller though. It isn't quite as like ceilinged as I want it to be, but it'll do. Here, let's watch this one for Morbid. That's still too fast. Well, I put it on the fastest speed at first just to see how it would go. So let's say 64 miles per hour might be just about what we need. There, that should be about where we want it. Because that way we can have some nice hang time there too. I'm going to make this section, then I kind of pat it down a bit. Yeah, that looks much better. Much better already. There, now that transition will be a lot better too. Oh, I forgot to reattach the top. All right, let's give this a look. All right, that'll do. That'll do. Maybe we'll smooth out the bottom later, but for now, that looks pretty good. Look at that. Okay, yeah, that might be a little bit too slow. Let's give it one more notch of speed. There we go. Here it comes. Up the ramp. Round the top. There, for a nice hang time moment. What direction do we want it to go out from here? Do we want it to go straight back here, and maybe do some other things after that, or do we want it to cross under here and then go around? Because the back of the station is right over here, so. Decisions. And this would be a great time for a lovely loop. Maybe. Well, maybe we're coming in too fast for a good loop. Because we don't want the loop to be too tight, of course. Alright, let's see how that goes. Cute. Oh, and also, by the way, this is not the final color scheme of the coaster. It's going to be a very different color scheme, and I'll reveal that to you with the final theme of it. God, I love that feeling of launches. There's nothing like it. There's just nothing quite like it. Our land transition needs some work, but I actually think that loop might be really good there. It feels a lot like the loop on the other Eurofighter that I've been on. The only Eurofighter I've been on. Because it's not too slow and it's not too tight either. But it still provides a lot of good speed. Of course the track limits are exceeded. Well, I think that'll do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad to be back. I hope to be on a good roll with these videos now that I have some real good ideas, I think. And feel free to comment below, suggest what you want to see in future videos. I'll probably eventually, pretty soon, make some more gaming videos too. And if I can figure out how to record on Switch, I'd like to even make like a Minecraft series or something really cool like that. So that'd be really fun. And hopefully, in due time, I can actually do some live coaster reviews and some real riding videos. So I am looking forward to this. And I know coming up in a couple days we have Easter, which my family does a lot of really fun games for. So maybe I'll even take some videos of that or some of that, because we got a lot of fun stuff planned, and I got a lot of fun stuff ready for you guys. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, but I ain't gonna force that down your throat now. Bye. Doot, doot.